And again, all the shit that I had not gone, not in this episode. I just want to keep that in the middle somewhat. Please don't adjust the slider. Does he know what time it is right now? Yes. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes. Help. Yes. Will you come back to visit me? Yes. Okay, let's get this going. Okay, where should I... What should I do now?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed it. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
I feel like I've done almost every option.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
Only thing...
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, I'm not gonna go that way. I'm gonna go to the phone, but I'm gonna have the bucket with me.
No,
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Yeah.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Hey, get over there. How do I get to that collectible?
In here,
said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Huh. I do need to find
Now pick up the phone,
said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home.
Okay, I picked up the phone. What's gonna happen? It's gonna be the same thing as last time where the narrator tricked me about having a
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Where's my bucket? Oh, there's my bucket.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head. Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Where's my bucket?
Try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket.
No, it is not.
It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
It's my friend. I can tell it my deepest, darkest secrets. Where's my bucket?
You see, he's not listening.
Where's
He's
my bucket?
still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket.
It's not
this
an
stupid
awful
hunk
bucket.
of metal.
It's a gorgeous bucket. Why is there
It's
blood on
sad.
the bucket?
I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling
needed
to
you.
this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Yeah, it does. Take back all the mean things you said about my bucket.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket.
Exactly.
It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid.
That's not all
Like
it
it
can
would
do.
be better at moving an amount of water from one
Oh, I
room
don't
to
want to
another.
touch blood because of this. Okay.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally
it's
just
not.
a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
It is not a bucket. It's my friend.
Oh no. I'm having feelings. For the bucket. No.
Ooh,
What's
we're
going
getting
on?
sexy,
Why do I
yeah.
want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong? I don't understand. Perhaps, if I had the
I'm falling
bucket,
in
this
love
would be
with a
less
bucket, guys.
confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket.
No.
Give it to me. Give me
No.
the bucket, Stanley.
No.
I
No.
need it.
No.
Give it to me now.
No.
Give it, or I'll...
The bucket is mine. The bucket is mine. Don't you dare take my bucket away from me. Okay. So I got the bucket. I mean, not the bucket. Where do I need to go? Did I get that out of the red door? No, I don't think I did because I had the bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Hold on,
What
I
could
need
it
to see
mean?
what's left.
Stanley decided to go to the
Taking the
meeting
bucket
room.
with
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Where were the collectibles again? Okay, so I only got 2 of these left to get, which, okay. What happens if I do get an achievement?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay. That's it. That's all that was. Okay, whatever.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Shit.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was
Yes.
the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Bucket was definitely guiding me. Not. Loading, loading, we are loading.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The
Well,
bucket is here for you,
bucket.
Stanley. Everything will be fine.
I got my bucket. That's all I care.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Yay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Without my consent?
Had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
So, am I the reassuring bucket, or is the bucket the reassuring? Like, I'm confused.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
What's happened to that TV up there? 234 is messed up.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
The bucket is always my friend.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along?
Yes.
To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust.
No, I'm not throwing my bucket away.
An image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Flamingos!
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Yay! Okay, I'm not gonna take the bucket with me this time. I want to see if I can get to those collectibles. So I'm gonna go to the red door, and I don't know how I'm gonna get the one in the package.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Bucket.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
Are you sure?
We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
This is... Okay. Need one more. Where's it gonna put me? Where am I?
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path. You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording?
Yeah.
It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do.
I want out.
Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Yay, I made him sad. I don't know. Ooh, maybe I should take the bucket down there. I don't know. I got one more cook.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We're gonna go and hear all
when
this.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I did not.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
No, if
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Well, I found them all. I want my trophy.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, I'm gonna walk through the blue door. We've already done all this.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly.
Fine.
Stanley, oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time?
No.
The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
No.
I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
No, we won't.
And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
I don't want to go. Fine. I already done this. I just wanted to get a collectible. I got all six. Six. Well,
What do we want? What are we looking for?
I don't know what I'm looking for.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? No, wait. Where are you going? Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley. No! Oh, thank God. You lived. No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Because I want to.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Fine.
Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Can we go? I'm done being in this room. I think I have to.
No, perhaps not.
I did not want to be here. Come on, narrator. It's fun. Jump with me.
My God. Is this really how much you dislike my game?
No,
That
I
you'll throw
actually like
yourself
it.
from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were
just wanna get
literally
back to my
willing to kill
bucket.
yourself to keep me from being
I
happy.
just want my bucket
Am I
back.
reading the situation correctly?
No.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
I'm teasing you. Actually, I want to see what he says if I do go back to the room. Ooh. This is new.
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I still thought that was possible.
Can we go? Or do I have to kill myself? Okay, I guess I have to. Since you're not gonna say anything. I am walking slow. I don't like this. I think I broke my bones. Gonna go back up the steps. Goodbye.
Is it over?
Yes, it's over.
It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Yay, I'm gonna get my bucket back. What else can I do? I feel like I'm running out of options. Did that.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy? Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Yes,
Yes, I know
can I go
we're
get my
supposed to be
bucket?
telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Oh, we're going down.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
I got 7.
And here was a second Stanlerine. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6.
I got
But
8.
you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember? Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
No, I always forget my third time doing something.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
No, it didn't happen. I don't remember this room at all. I don't remember this pink room. I like it.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy. Takes you back, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I
it
spent
does.
a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
I actually like that. Okay, I don't remember the vent doing that. Oh, we're back here.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
No, it's just the same room. Okay, I had the look. Oh, it's a chair. Oh no, it's a TV.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
No! I was having fun.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
See? The narrator heard me. Let's go.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the Memory Zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Yeah, I want more too.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video?
Yes, I remember the video.
Yes, I love that video.
And I definitely don't remember. Oh, hey, look, it's the pink room.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley.
I do.
Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room. These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation.
Yeah.
Next one.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, narrator.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, yeah. I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this? Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
Oh, you want more memories, eh?
Oh, yes. The two doors! Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
In my office.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go.
I did too.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
So are we going back to memory lane or what? Because I got like 18 figurines out of 6, which that doesn't make sense. But I'll take it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply...
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Yeah, I want to see
This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No,
yes.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I'm going here with my bucket.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure?
Keep it.
I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get...
Bucket?
What's that? Who's there?
What? That turned creepy really fast. Note to self. Don't go on an event with a bucket. You might end up in a room talking to yourself.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
This is different.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yeah, let's go.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yes,
was
the bucket knew.
Guiding him?
Yes.
Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
One thing down here I have not done yet. And I think this will be the end of my Stanley pilgrimage.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Find something
The
new.
lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Let's go.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that
Yes, I turned it off.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
Were we dead?
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place, not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms, not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room, but at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right?
Yeah,
I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
I got my bucket. We guys gonna start at the beginning. Ugh. Okay, guys. I think I'm gonna end this for this series. End it here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Could you shush?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
What's that noise? Hold on. I heard a noise out here.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and...
Okay. I'm gonna end this here. So, I'll catch you all later.